Y'all a few minutes to get up in here. We are live once again. It's your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. Checking in and stuff. So as always, you guys come in here, give me a quick audio check. Let me know everything and stuff is good. And we'll go ahead and break on into tonight's topic. For those of y'all that was following the post that I put up on YouTube about these two guys and stuff that I follow. Um, Jay Rush and Francisco Amaya. So, like I was saying back last year stuff, last part last year. All right, Brandon, what's going on with you? I was giving them the opportunity to, you know, erase some of that footage and stuff that they posted up. And I ain't gonna say that Jay Rush didn't do it. It was Francisco Amaya that did it. But you see, birds of the feather flock together. And so what I'm saying is that when you say certain stuff up here on the social media, I don't know why people figure as though people don't watch this. They don't watch social media to get information and stuff like that. But at the same time, they want to punish you, so to speak, and stuff for coming up here on social media. And so they feel like, well, if your channel isn't large enough or whatever, that no one's following you and stuff. And so I mean that's I beg to differ, cause I got an Instagram channel, and a few of the people where I'm least on with, they're friends with me and stuff on Instagram and stuff. They follow me just to see what I'm up here posting and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm just a small individual that speaks about certain things and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I mean, hey, it ain't that you trying, man. Hey, dude, look at your numbers. Brandon, look at your numbers. You doing it. You doing the doggone thing and stuff, man. So like I said, I mean, more power to you. But let's see, I mean, we got 7 people up in here and stuff. So like I said, I was saying I didn't have time and stuff, right? I didn't have time and stuff like that, but today I made time, Um, today I made time and stuff because my thing is, right? My thing is that I don't really knock a person for what you do, right? Whatever you gotta do to make money, make money. But what I am saying and stuff is that when you talk about certain things and stuff inside this trucking industry, right? And people have to, now here it is, you're supposed to be someone that's reliable, right? You're supposed to be someone that's reliable and stuff. So when someone's calling you to get certain things and stuff done and then you do it, okay. But, the rule of thumb is not to get out here and just openly expose and stuff what you're doing. And so particularly guys who are running, post-emission trucks, right? It's no secret and stuff, man, about the emission systems and stuff like that, and the just continuous amounts of failure that they have on these systems and stuff. And so certain things have to be done and stuff in order to make the wheels and stuff run. Now, the manufacturers were given chance and opportunity to correct the problem and stuff, and they didn't. The EPA, they didn't get involved either and stuff like that. What they're saying is that, what everybody else has always been saying is that, if you go and you delete the emissions or you make any kind of modification to it, right, and you're caught doing it, then you're subject to fines and penalties and stuff like that, and even jail time. And so, but again, this is an issue for the most part that has been putting a lot of carriers out of business, to a point where it's been putting carriers out of business and stuff. And so, no one had any kind of nobody had any kind of real way and stuff of dealing with the issue and stuff other than just take it somewhere and get it fixed. Take it to the dealership, get it fixed and stuff. And so you got almost 50, maybe even 75% sometimes and stuff based upon some of the people that I dealt with. 75% of the truck's worth in just the emission systems alone. And so, the state hasn't stepped in, nor has federal stepped in either. And yet, if you make any kind of modification to it, then you see that's when they step in and stuff, and want to give fines and penalties and stuff like that. And so what they also say to mechanics is that if you you're not allowed to modify, and if you catch someone with a modified emission system and stuff, then you're supposed to turn this stuff. You're supposed to turn them in. So what am I saying about J.R. Rush Diesel and Francisco Amaya? Okay, Francisco Amaya dropped a video a couple months ago and stuff, right, about this truck that he was working on, right? And so he was given a breakdown as to why this certain thing and stuff failed on the truck and stuff. And so, he went into this one specific. He went into this one specific and stuff and said that, usually when he see things like this and stuff, it comes from guys who deleted their emissions. Now, this is his words. This is his words and stuff. I'll see if I can find the video and stuff. It's still up, to my understanding. It's still up, I believe this one he was doing a head repair. He was doing a head repair on DD15. This was 3 months ago. He put that video up and stuff. And so again, I thought maybe he would go and stuff and probably change it and stuff like that. I mean, or kind of omit that part out of the video, which he didn't do. He just kept it up. And so, you see, Francisco Amaya is in California, where where the EPA and stuff, man, is particularly where they got a particular reputation and stuff, man, of being notorious out there and stuff. And so here you are on social media up here talking about an emission system and stuff and why this particular truck and stuff failed. You see, you can go, just make sure that you got the wording and stuff right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even if that's what it is, you can say, well, there was an emission failure. You can say emission failure and stuff, which led to this right here. But don't sit there and talk about somebody got their stuff deleted. The truck is there in the shop and stuff, and you talking about, you see these things and stuff, and it comes from trucks being deleted. And then you're going to leave it up and stuff, and then continue to work on this guy truck. And then, now you got all sorts of people looking at this stuff and everything. So I'm saying, why do people say certain stuff like that? Just like I was getting on Asian Mind. When I was talking about Asian Mind stuff, I'm like, why would Asian Mind get up here and start talking about emission systems and stuff like that, and then getting people to confess, about certain, about their experiences and stuff that they had with their emission systems up here on social media? Unless, people who do stuff like that, are particularly undercover agents, somebody that's working in law enforcement, working with law enforcement, something like that. So with Francisco Amaya being in California, I ain't think that it was, he been in business long enough to know the ins and outs and stuff, man, about what's going on, Chase and Andrew. He been in business long enough to understand the penalties and stuff like that. I mean, he's you're just talking about that, yeah. So what I was saying, I mean, he's been in business long enough to understand the ramifications of speaking about certain things with your emissions, right? You can speak about it and stuff, but then, there's certain things that you're not supposed to show or say, right? Without somebody having to come to you and stuff and explain, okay, listen, don't do that, And so he put not only himself, and he not only put himself out there, but he put his customers out there too, because if he's not working with the EPA, right? If he's not working with the EPA, then he gives an analysis about what he's doing and stuff with certain trucks, and then the EPA decides to look at that and pay him a visit and say, okay, well, yeah, let's go out here and start inspecting all these trucks and stuff, right, and see what's going on with them. You know what I'm saying? What can he say to his defense? Okay, well, all right, I guess these guys are here to get certain things and stuff done on the equipment. You know, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna say? Okay, but here's the thing though, what I'm saying is that he's been in business long enough to understand, and I don't give passes for stuff like that, especially when you in California where you know that they are real hard on stuff like that. They real hard on stuff like that. Then for him to jump on social media to say something like that, and then this is the other thing right here. With with J. Rush Diesel. See, he could have stepped. He put himself in danger too. It's people around you to say, "Hey, man, listen, dude, you need to, you need to pull that back right there because see, that's bringing attention on us." You see what I'm saying? And so I'm like, when you out here playing games, when you out here playing games and stuff with folk livelihoods, right? Cause if somebody sit there and get busted, if somebody get busted and stuff, man, you talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars and stuff, right? Possibly even jail time. You see what I'm saying? And so here it is, you got a hub, you over here working on equipment, and then them folk roll up on it. The EPA decided to go out there and roll up on it, right? They already got you. They already got you because of social media and stuff. And so now they talking about copping deals and stuff. Okay, well look, either you're gonna have to, because of what you did and stuff, here's your fines and stuff like that, or you're gonna have to start giving some folk up. What do you think you're gonna do? Cause see, EPA is federal. In case people and stuff, in case it's kind of lost on people, EPA is federal. They're federal. So you see, they got jurisdiction in all states. This where I'm saying, like, if you go over there and stuff like that, you do business with them. See, you ain't safe if you go over here if you from another state or whatever. You ain't safe. You're gonna owe the state. You're gonna owe the state of California. Then you're gonna owe the feds. But see, when you get up here saying stuff, right? That's why I say certain stuff I don't allow people to say up here. It's certain stuff I don't allow people to say up here and stuff. It's very coded in that type of language. That way, if somebody come up and say, what does that mean? Hey, it's all on how you interpret. It's all on how you interpret stuff. We know, but at the same time, do you really know? That's the thing there. I certainly wouldn't get up here and stuff and start exposing anybody, about if you had to do a certain thing and stuff, man, to keep your wheels rolling. Cause, hey, for the most part, when you getting out here and you get this equipment, you stuck with it. You stuck with it and stuff. But the only thing that's keeping you from making money is this certain thing, right? You don't have any kind of other problems and stuff with your equipment. But yet at the same time, for you to, you sitting over here throwing thousands of dollars and stuff, man, into this system, and it still don't work. You see what I'm saying? You can't take it to no dealership or nothing. And the next thing I'm gonna get on and stuff is these guys that get here and talk about that you shouldn't do it, right? But I'm saying it's only one company I know in the entire country that if you take your equipment there based upon any kind of emission issue or stuff that you have, they can fix it, and they can stand behind it. They can fix it and they can stand behind it. Anybody else and stuff, nobody else gets up here and stuff and they can stand behind that type of work. Nobody advertising none of that stuff there and stuff. So my thing is, like I keep saying, leave it alone. Leave it alone. We know what the issue is and stuff like that, but they're gone. When you sit over here, now you trying to browbeat somebody and stuff because they had to do what they had to do. Man, no, that ain't the business right there. That's not the business right there. And then people going over here and you doing all this work and stuff on these DD15s and stuff, a post-emission motor, right? You doing this type of stuff on a post-emission motor stuff. Who's to say that you ain't sitting there just gathering up intel and stuff, right? Just in case them folk come over there and decide to do you like the Diesel brothers. Cause the Diesel brothers had to pay $900,000 and they had to pay $900,000. That was their fine right there and stuff. And so see, they ain't no getting out of that. Even if they claim bankruptcy and stuff, they ain't getting out of that. Even though they still in business. But you see, they had to change up the way they did things. But they never they never gave up their clientele and stuff, right? They said, you know, cause they know people's gonna come back and get work and stuff done with them, even though they never, you know, even though they never said it, right? But somebody probably went in there, blow the whistle on them and stuff, you know, cause it was workarounds and stuff around emissions modification stuff. Cause they never took any of these vehicles and stuff and got them registered, at least not on the show. You know, every time they did it, it was either, you know, they took the vehicle to some private function or somewhere, some closed off road, but it was never a vehicle that was registered. So I'm saying, like, you know, they had to have their eye on them and stuff, man, for a while, you know, for them to lose that case and stuff. So I'm saying, for them to get hit, and then here you are and stuff, a mechanic shop, getting up here on social media, talking about these things and stuff. What make you think that you ain't gonna be targeted? You know? What make you think you ain't gonna be targeted? So I'm saying, it's like when you say stuff, right, and you put it up here on the social media, and then nobody checks it, and then you still roll with the content and stuff, I gotta look at you with the side eye. And not just that, but anybody else that roll with you. Anybody else that roll with you. Now with JR and stuff, my thing is that, you know, he was all right until he started hanging out with Francisco. You know what I'm saying? When you start, okay, you know, you go, you do your thing and stuff like that, that's fine. But see, I said, man, all right, if you go to LA and you rock with that dude Francisco and you don't check him and stuff, then we're gonna have to start checking you and stuff. Cause my thing is that who's to say, okay, if they roll up on Francisco and get this guy, and then he give you up and stuff, and then they come pay you a visit, then what you gonna do? What you gonna do and stuff? You just gonna sit there and, I mean, you ain't gonna give up your clientele? You know, they gonna be wondering, okay, what you doing and stuff, because see, you went over here, you know, we got you over here and stuff, helping rebuild the motor and stuff like that and everything. So, you know, you obviously had to see things too, right? You had to see things too, even though he protects himself a lot better. He never went up. I never seen him on his video, right? On any of his social media saying anything to the degree of what Francisco Amaya said. But at the same time, when you roll, you know, birds of the feather flock together. And I'm saying, if they bust this man, right, then they gonna get you too. They gonna get you too. They gonna look at your platform and say, hey, don't he be hanging around with Francisco? If Francisco don't give you up, if he ain't giving you up, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing there. You gotta check certain people and stuff, and when you don't check them and then you still steady hanging around them and stuff, right? That means you in on it too. You in on it too, plain and simple. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. I got to expose that. Now, if you decide to go over here and I ain't saying not to use this guy's stuff, but I'm just saying err on the side of caution, right? Be careful what you say to this guy, right? Because this who he hang around. This is who he hanging around and stuff. Same thing like I was saying with Asian Mike. You can't be getting up here on the social media and stuff. Then you talking about the issues right here with emissions, and now you up here doing videos and stuff with police officers and stuff like that, and then they giving you the 411 on what's going on and stuff like that. You know, anybody in law enforcement, that's why law enforcement doesn't get up here on social media and stuff and start speaking on certain things. And most of them that do, they get up here on social media and say things, even if it's something that's non-job related. If they just get up here on the social media, right, and they in uniform, then the stuff that they say and stuff can be used against them. And a lot of police officers got fired behind it. Just uploading stuff on, so you had one police officer he was simply talking about the Constitution. He was talking about the Constitution and stuff, man. Next thing you know, he got fired. So see, with law enforcement, they got to have a representative to get up there and say certain things, and then here you are and stuff talking to um, somebody in law enforcement, that's dealing with, that's dealing with the trucking industry and stuff like that, you know. See, that's very questionable stuff right there. So I'm like, dude, the type of things they got to go through just to get them green lights, they just ain't gonna go up here to your page. You sitting over here with 200,000, you got 200,000 subscribers and stuff, right? You got 200,000 subscribers, and now a law enforcement agent is gonna get up here and stuff and start talking about some of the tactics that they use when they not allowed to talk about anything. They got to get clearance and stuff, man. They got to get clearance from their superiors and stuff. They got to check what's gonna be said, what's gonna be asked and stuff, because if they say the wrong thing, it could be held against them. It could be held against them, and that's what usually happens a lot of time and stuff, man. They fire the officer, then they say, well, he was acting on his own admission and stuff like that. What he said does not reflect the policies and procedures of this said, sector law enforcement and stuff like that. Whether he's city, county, state, federal, whatever stuff, right? He just said that on his. He said that on himself and stuff, right? So, and then he up here posting up videos and stuff like that. See what I'm saying? Very questionable stuff. Very questionable stuff, and then folk just going up there and everything. Okay, well, yeah, he seemed like a pretty cool guy and stuff. So let me tell my story and stuff about what happened. You sitting down with him in truck stops, and you want to know what's going on with you and stuff like that. See that Vlad TV tactic. That Vlad TV tactic. He sit there, set up the platform, and then you get up here and start telling on yourself. You see, that's why I say I don't do interviews. That's why I don't do interviews on anybody's platform. I'm like, if I'm gonna do an interview, you got to show me the questions that you're going to ask me and stuff like that, and I'm gonna go in detail. Check it out, stuff. This what you can ask me. This what you can't ask me, right? Because what you say is gonna be used against you. Hey, man, at this point, it's just people don't understand the power. People don't really understand the power of social. Well, I ain't going to say you should understand the power of social media to this point now. You just don't get up here and say any old thing and stuff, right? Because it's going to be used against you. You see, especially something like that. Especially something like that, man. Coming from some mechanics. Coming from some mechanics and stuff, man. I mean, it's just, come on, man. At this point, you should know better. You should know better and stuff, man. There's certain things you don't say. There's certain things, stuff you don't say. It's just, like I said, you watch some other mechanics and stuff like that. They do complete rebuilds and stuff, and they never mention anything about the emission system. They never mention anything about it. They just go straight with the motor and stuff, and that's that. No mentioning of it whatsoever. See, the thing is, it's unsaid and stuff, right? And you ain't got to say it. You ain't got to say it and stuff. It's it's unsaid, and the reason why you don't say it is because you ain't trying to bring no heat down on yourself, right? Okay, well, I'm just working on motors. That's it. What did you see me do? What did you hear me say? People know what time you got a post emission motor, DD13, DD15, X15, that pack car motor, the Max Force and stuff like that. People know what time it is. But again, you just don't put certain stuff up there. You don't speak about certain things unless you got factual evidence and stuff, man, to substantiate your claim. Otherwise, that you just be quiet, man. But this social media, it's like folk that they absolutely do not know how to conduct themselves up here. So you got to give them a reminder, stuff like that. Give them a little bit of chastisement. Because, if some of y'all probably, y'all don't remember the truck awards and stuff. Sean Brown, what's going on with you? That dude, if you remember, well, I guess maybe some of y'all don't and stuff, but when social media was starting to get popular amongst the trucking and amongst the trucking sector. There were guys that was getting up here and stuff, and they was posting up certain things that they shouldn't have been posting up. Like they made themselves look like, okay, well, in this industry, it's a bunch of people that's out here and stuff that just, you out here and you getting pushed hard and stuff, and they making you drive. They make you just drive the truck. They slave drivers and all that stuff there. And then you wonder, okay, why is we got to take a 30-minute break now? Why we got to take a 10-hour break consistently? Why is they always putting more regulation and stuff on it? Why the regulation getting tougher for us to operate? And that's because from a societal standpoint and stuff, people who really don't understand the industry, they only know based upon the footnotes and stuff that we put out there. And so trucking is always looked at something negative. It's always looked at something negative. So, you got this dude and stuff, run hard, get paid. This guy named Abe, right? Now, all these people that was out here at the time that was putting out constructive content, right? Constructive content about trucking, they go grab this dude right here, Abe and stuff, because of a video that he posted up. And for those of us that's in the industry, we said that, well, that was a lowbrow move and stuff that Abe pulled, but because he didn't want to get fired, he exposed the company. He exposed the company and stuff and made, you having a general conversation stuff with your dispatch and stuff. They ain't thinking like, man, you on the other end recording them and stuff like that, So they didn't know that. I mean, they trying to coach this dude and say, man, look, all right, you driving, it's kind of late and stuff. So they under the impression, like a lot of us under, like, that I just need somebody to talk to and stuff, right? So I can get that second win. So I can just get that second win and stuff, and I get on down the highway and stuff, right? So they ain't thinking from a business perspective. They just saying, okay, well, daggone, it's just one of our drivers and stuff. Maybe he just need a little help getting down the road. See, that's us from the inside. But from those that outside looking in, it made it seem like, oh, these guys and stuff, they just pushing this dude. They pushing this poor driver and stuff, man. They just forcing him to go down the highway and stuff like that. Now, mind you, if he was working in some factory or whatever and stuff, they would have fired him on the spot. He just the poor truck driver and stuff, man. See, they just out here pushing this guy and stuff like that. They out here pushing this guy and stuff, and so it put them under, extreme pressure there and stuff. So then what they did, they went and had a whole the news outlets and stuff, they go and find Abe and stuff, right, and then ask him about what's going on with the trucking industry. And here he is, an employee that don't know anything and stuff, done messed around. He done messed around the whole time and stuff like that when he should have been taking a break, that sort of nonsense there and stuff. He just, he put the whole, he thought he was doing something honorable and stuff like that, and got us all, the whole trucking industry and stuff. We got us all, man, looked at funny. That's when they started pushing more, this regulation stuff, because at the time, ELD wasn't mandated. It wasn't mandated and stuff, but see, when he did that, that's when they started doing more artist-owned companies, stuff like that and everything. Then next thing you know, now, by the time the mandate came in and stuff, right, you got what? About 85% of the trucking industry already on Elon. 85% of the industry and stuff, but because of what he did, right, and put up there on national TV and stuff, and then the stuff went viral, now they start looking at us funny. Him, Ike Stevens, there was another one and stuff, right? Ike Stevens, the Bonehead Trucker series. This was at a time, like I said, it wasn't a lot of trucking media being posted out there and stuff. So if anybody posted something, folks was looking at it. And so his Bonehead Trucker series and stuff like that, got us started looking at, we was looked at more negatively and stuff because of that content he was putting out there. So, as much as he wanted to sit there and get mad at, he wanted to get mad and stuff at Mr. Sinister, the truck and stuff, and Miss Diva Trucker 43, when they was doing Team RG, when they was doing that and stuff, he get mad at them because the presentation of them and stuff was something based upon something positive. When you went up there on their channel, a lot of stuff they didn't allow. They didn't allow guys to get up there and use profanity, or you can't just get up there and post anything and stuff like that, because they wanted a positive reflection and stuff, man, in the industry. And so people had a problem with that. That's how the whole trucking war, the whole trucking war, well, trucker war too. That's how all that kicked off, because that nonsense there and stuff, right? When you shouldn't have to tell grown people, especially those that's in the industry, about the dangers of posting stuff up on social media. You talk to your children all the time, but then some of these grown folk get up here and stuff, and they just want to be chatty patties all the time, talking about things that shouldn't be talked about. And then when they want, well, daggone, man, why is they so tough on regulation, stuff like that? That's why, because you up here running your mouth about things you shouldn't be running your mouth about. Hey, get your money, right? Get your money. Now, things we should be talking about, okay, but the stuff we shouldn't, man, hey, let's chill out with that. Let's chill out with that and stuff. That's all we saying. But, every now and again, you got to get somebody to get up here and they just got to push the envelope and stuff like that. And then you ask them, dude, what was the purpose of you putting it out there? What was the purpose? Even though you know what the ramification is, because trucking has always been looked at something negative. If you look back in the day and stuff, man, the truck driver was popping these pills and all that other stuff there. Before we went electronic, we was on the old system, the old way of doing stuff and stuff. When you drive 10, brake for 8 and stuff like that. We was out here popping pills and doing all types of dope and all that stuff there. And ain't nobody, and most of the drivers that's out here driving truck ain't doing no dope. And then the one, the big real, if you want to keep it real and stuff, a lot of those who did that stuff, they was very functional. They weren't over here killing nobody and all that stuff there and there. What's wrong, honestly, what's wrong with a man who decided that he want to get out here and work? What's wrong with that? But, I ain't gonna go too much in detail about that and stuff, right? Because, it's a pro to it, it's a con to it. But, I don't knock any man that wanted to get out here and stuff and work for a living. He ain't out here he ain't out here pushing the dope. He ain't out here pushing it. He ain't out here trying to push it to the children and stuff like that. He just picking up goods and services and taking it from one point to the next. Because everybody have a problem and stuff when you sit there not working. All right, we back. I had the phone turned wrong. Hey, okay, all right. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulties and stuff with my phone overheating and stuff, right? But, you guys get the idea, right? You guys get the idea. And so, with Francisco Amaya and, with Francisco Amaya, that's the first guy, right? I mean, I'm certainly not one to, hey, post whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Post whatever you want. Nobody's above criticism is what I'm saying. So, you can expect a pushback from me, right? If you are speaking about things and stuff that you're not supposed to be speaking about out here, because my thing is trucking is no game. It's not a game. You see, and so I don't think if you're doing it for amusement, if you're doing it for amusement, it's not funny. It's not, to speak about this type of stuff right here, because like I said, this thing that you're talking about has put people out of business. People have lost their entire businesses and stuff, man, just betting on a system that's supposed to be it's supposed to be improving on efficiency and stuff like that. It's supposed to be helping for the environment, and it does absolutely nothing but cost you money. That I never find that amusement. I never find amusing, nor does any other people and stuff that's out here. So if you had to do what you had to do and stuff, again, It's not that someone just come out here and just do it purposely. If there was a way to fix, if it breaks down and you're able to fix it and send it on down the road and stuff, right, and it doesn't have any more problems and stuff, just like anything else with your truck, you would do it. You know, no one gets out here and stuff and just says that, yeah, that's my first option and stuff like that. It's just for a lot of people, it's just their only option to keep their doors open. You know, they wanted something newer. They wanted something more efficient, and this is what they went with. And you know, people have just lost large sums of money. So I'm like, if you're not gonna be willing enough to speak on that sector right there and stuff, then just leave the whole emission thing. Just leave it alone. That's all I'm saying. Just leave it alone, because you know, people have lost their hats behind this, and me especially. You know, like I said, check out my content and stuff back in the past and stuff. You know, my videos from 3 years ago. Go back over there and stuff, and I showed the whole step by step. I went, did things and stuff the right way. I went to the dealership. I went there 9 times. 9. And you know, they just steady hitting me up. And stuff and saying, okay, yeah, continue to spend the money and stuff. And so, like I said, I'm spending it because I just want this thing to work. That's the only thing I'm having a problem with my truck. Nothing else. That particular issue there and stuff. So I know, and the thing is that it was warned before I even got the truck years ago. You know, when I was inquiring about upgrading and stuff like that, they told me one of the biggest issues you're gonna have is your emissions. That's probably the only issue you're gonna have is with the emissions. You know, and so like I said, I got into it. I ran into the issue. So that means the people that was talking to me about it, they wasn't saying nothing. You know, they wasn't saying anything and stuff that was wrong. So, you know, and to this day and stuff, that's the only issue that I had where I had to spend large sums of money and stuff. I mean, that's with the transmission rebuild and all. You know, that was the most highest expense I ever had on that truck since I owned it. But other than that, though, I mean, you know, it's a one and done. You know, the transmission, it's a one and done. You know, you took it, they rebuilt it and stuff like that, throw it back in the truck, never had no problems and stuff with it. That's as it should be. You know, it's a one and done. Shouldn't keep going back to the shop every 7 days you're going back in there and stuff, you know, spending large sums of money and stuff like that. Then here you are a mechanic and stuff like that. Okay, what's going on with my truck? Well, you know, you're not supposed to be doing this, you're not supposed to be doing that. But then that just means you in it just like the rest of them. You just like the dealership. You know, you just like the dealership and stuff. So why am I coming to you? If you're gonna brown beat me just like the dealership and stuff, then what's the benefit of going to you? You know, you going over here and stuff and you know, you going over here and stuff and now the EPA is coming to see me and stuff like that. You know, you going over here and taking data and turning it in and stuff. Then how are you any different? You know, how are you any different and stuff, man? So. Okay, sorry about that. I had a phone call, so my audio went out and stuff. Just give me a quick thumbs up, somebody, stuff. Let me know my audio's okay. Appreciate the likes too, guys. Yeah, somebody give me a quick thumbs up. Let me know my audio's okay. Yeah, see, okay, all right, appreciate it, Sean. Yeah, so, I mean, okay, all right, appreciate it. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, you know, that's the only thing I'm saying. You know, that's the only thing I'm saying and stuff about these shops. You know, I mean, if you sit up here, you posting stuff on social media, and then they looking at it, and like I said, hey, Francisco, I mean, shout out to you. You know, it's a lot of things you helped me out with you making your videos and stuff about my motor, you know, about the DD15 and stuff, you know, shout out again. Jay Rich, yeah, Jay Rich Diesel Repair and stuff, you know, shout out to you and stuff, what you do. But at the same time, I got to start looking at you with the side eye and stuff, because why would you sit up there and post up things and stuff that you know people are having problems with? You know, why say something about these things and stuff and say exactly what it is and stuff, and then, you know, I mean, it's workarounds and stuff. That's why people deal with you and stuff, because you real, you know, I'm gonna say grassroots. You know, you're a grassroots type of mechanic and stuff. I mean, you really deal with the salt of the earth type of driver, you know, because most of the people is going to your own operators. So I'm just saying, I mean, if they ask you a question and stuff, then you're going to give them the right answer. Hey, look, what's going on with my truck? Okay, well, you know, the dealership and stuff, you know, this is what the dealership been telling me and stuff. And then, well, you know, the dealership, and hey, I hate to tell you this stuff, but, you know, they just been beating you out of money. So this is what's actually going on with your truck. Let me go ahead and get you right, send you on down the road. That's why people count on you. That's why they depend on you. So what I'm saying, you know, you putting up content and stuff like that. Hey, that's why folks, hey, okay, yeah, you coming through town and stuff. Hey, come on through here and stuff. Let me know what's going on with my truck, because the dealership ain't about to tell me nothing. They not about to tell me nothing and stuff. And, you know, you seem to be a pretty reasonable guy and stuff like that, you know. And so now we go to you and everything, and then you over here selling folk out and stuff like the dealership. Then why should people come to you? You know, that other shop that's over there, in Dallas. You know, I'm gonna get there. If I can find them and stuff, I got to get on them. I got to get on them and stuff, man. You know, if you that type of person, if you gonna, you know, a dirtbag move, right? If it's gonna be a dirtbag move, just like the dealership, then why should I come to you if we already got somebody out here that's beating us up? Why should I, you know, the dealership out here and stuff? Okay, well, I guess I just go ahead and get into it too. Now, you know, can't nobody be trusted at all and stuff. So then the next step is that folks are gonna start figuring out how to fix their own stuff and say, well, you know what? We cutting out the middleman, we cutting out the mechanic. I'm just fixing my own stuff, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? Give me a few tools and stuff, you know, read the schematics about what's going on, and then fix my own problem, you know. That's what's going to happen next and stuff. I mean, you know, if it continues, so that's what I'm saying. Don't be no dirtbag. Is what I'm saying. Don't be no dirtbag and stuff. I mean, you know, and I feel like what I did, I went light on it. All I'm saying, you know, I ain't telling people stop going to you and stuff like that. All I'm saying is that, hey man, when you put out content, right? When you're putting out content, especially stuff dealing with the emissions, that's the only thing I have a problem with, is that emissions content stuff. You know, yeah, protect yourself and stuff like that, but at the same time, you don't have to say nothing. Don't say anything. Okay, well look, I got a problem with the truck and stuff. Okay, yeah, hit me up. And then the conversation is private. You know, what went on and stuff, you know, hey, that's between you and your customer. But you got them straight and stuff like that. Okay, cool. You know, another satisfied customer. All right, we get it. But don't get up there and stuff, man, and get under the hood of somebody's truck and then start showing stuff, because that won't Francisco truck he was working on. You see what I'm saying? That won't his truck and stuff. That was somebody else's truck. So I'm saying, just imagine him saying that, and then, you know, we got these type of people that get up here, look at the content, try to see, okay, well, what company does he work for? What company does he work for and stuff, right? Who truck was that and everything? Then, okay, well, who truck was you working on and stuff when you said that the damage and stuff came from the emissions? See what I'm saying? Okay, well, you know, he over there in California. You know, you over there in California where you know it's bad. Okay, if it, you know, anytime you hear any kind of story and stuff about emission issues and stuff, it's always come from California. Every single time. and then you over there in California and stuff, man. So I'm just saying, I mean, what's the deal? You know, what's the deal and stuff, man. So, um, hey, man, that's all I'm saying. Knock it off, man. And anybody, if you roll with that dude, if you roll with that dude and stuff like that, I mean, daggone, you kind of got it. I ain't gonna say you kind of got an obligation, but if you giving this dude a shout out, right? If you giving this dude a shout out and stuff, or you working with this guy and stuff, then man, you got an obligation, man, to your customer base, and stuff, man, to correct that action and say, hey, dude, look, hey, we doing this thing right here and stuff, but you got folk like Rooster that get up here and stuff, and he passed along to the people and stuff, and they start asking questions. What you gonna do? I'm just, hey, y'all want to do that stuff, that's fine, but I'm just trying to protect the clientele and say, man, look, don't go to that dude, man. If it's gonna cost you, fines and stuff, possibly even going to prison and stuff like that and everything, no, man, don't go over there. Don't mess with it. But other than that and stuff, I guess the other thing is, I mean, in case y'all wonder why I'm over here in the motel and stuff, is because I delivered a load on Friday. It was a 2-stopper load on Friday, and I didn't get the second one off and stuff, so they had to reschedule it till 6 a.m. on Sunday. So I done been here 2 days now. A little bit of Friday, all day today and stuff, and then go over here tomorrow morning, deliver that. And then it's back to my regular running schedule. My regular routine and stuff like that, up and down 95 and stuff. So I got 9 loads this week that's coming out of I guess it's a dedicated lane and stuff that's somebody went on vacation this week and stuff. They need somebody running, so he got 9 loads coming out there and stuff. So I'll be on that all this week and stuff from Hatfield and Wallingford, Connecticut. So make that look, make that money and stuff, and then I guess I'll start heading back towards the house. Yeah, Lorenzo. Hey, Lorenzo. Yeah, I seen. I guess I was looking for your message on Instagram. I seen Jay. Jay sent me a message, but I ain't see yours and stuff. But hey, you say you were gonna message me and stuff. I ain't know. I was looking for it. I ain't see it. So I figure either you get around to it and stuff, or or you just contact me directly, or I mean, just text me or whatever and stuff like that. So, but hope that you're doing okay. Hope you're doing fine. Yeah. So that's all I have to say about that, man. I mean, hey, if you use these guys and stuff, man, just err on the side of caution, because my thing is, if the pressure gets put on them, right, then what do you think you're gonna do? You think you're gonna okay, all right, I got to check it again then. Yeah, I got to check that again and stuff. So I say if the pressure get put on them and stuff like that, what do you think you're gonna do? You think you're just gonna be quiet and say, yeah, I'll go and take the hit? If they say, all right, give them up, what you think you're gonna do? What do you think you're gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And they can't say that it ain't him. They can't say it ain't him. That's all I'm saying. I mean, for the protection of my clientele, right? I wouldn't be saying stuff like that. Yeah, I would probably give step by steps. If people inquiring about the motor and that's it, but as far as like emissions, I wouldn't. There's nothing about emissions I would post up. Not even the cleaning process. Not even the cleaning process and stuff. You know, there's nothing about emissions I would post up here. You know, maybe a step by step speaking, but as far as like showing you the showing you the one box and the filters and all this stuff. Well, this how I clean and all. I'll never post that up there. Never. Because I mean, if you using the wrong machines and stuff, man, you use the wrong cleaning materials and stuff, man. Don't you understand the type of stuff that can happen to you? You know, like some guys get up there and they post this stuff. All right, this how I clean my filters and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, why would you post that? Why would you post that, man? Because people think that the EPA is they think the EPA and stuff is just some kind of entity and stuff that people, you know, it's a silent entity, something that don't exist and stuff. I'm like, man, they real, Jack. They just as real, and they just as malicious as the DOT. You know, they just as malicious as the FMCSA. You know. So don't think for a second that they ain't up here, you know, looking at the content and stuff and saying, okay, oh, these what these truck drivers doing and stuff, you know. That's why I say I kind of got a problem with them guys out of Florida. Kind of got a problem with them and stuff. And so don't get me wrong, if you got a Cascadia and stuff and you running a 12.7, if you run a 12.7 or 14.0 and stuff, I ain't got no problem with you. But man, look, you got a DD15. You got a DD15 and stuff running some 8-inch stacks and stuff, and then you got the you know, you run them 8-inch stacks and stuff, and then the noise and stuff that come with it. Come on, man. You telling on yourself at this point. You know, you telegraphing, hey man, listen, hey, you know what? It's exactly what you think it is and stuff. Pull me over. You know. And I know this stuff sound good, man. I mean, you know, you want to run the 8-inch stacks, the 10-inch stack, that's cool. But man, just make sure when they pop their hood, you got a 12.7 or a 14.0. They can't say nothing to you. They can't say nothing to you and stuff. But you sitting over here and stuff with an X15. They pop the hood, you got an X15, you got a DD13, DD15, you know, running 8-inch stacks and 10-inch stacks and stuff, and then you got the noise and stuff to come with it. Come on, man, you telling on yourself. You know, you telling on yourself and stuff. The next thing, you know, is one more thing and stuff. I'm like, dude, you know, to some of the guys out here, some of them guys and stuff out of Florida, like I said again, you know, you got your own authority. You got your own authority and stuff. That's fine. That's wonderful. But dude, you can't be sitting over here running no daggone 2015, 2017 truck. You got an X15 and stuff, a DD15 on the motor, and then you sitting over here running on paper logs, man. Come on, dude. You know, like I said, you posting the stuff up. You're telling on yourself. You know, you're telling on yourself and stuff, man. You running paper logs, but then you ain't got no ELD. You ain't got no ELD exempt truck. Come on, man. Cause see, they look at that. They look at that, and then they start attacking the wrong sector. They don't even get the people who do it. They get everybody else and stuff. Okay, well, I got suspicion you running paper logs. What are you talking about, man? Hey, look, here's my ELDs right here. Yeah, but you know, I'm seeing it on social media and stuff, so obviously you got to be doing it too. So, you know, let me go and check you on out, man. That nonsense there. Come on, if your truck ain't ELD exempt, right, then quit getting up here and stuff. Quit getting up here and stuff, man, and showing that you run on paper. That just, come on, man. Like I said, most of the people who I see do it and stuff are them cats out of Florida. And I'm like, you know, they act like Florida is, you know, they act like Florida some kind of safe haven and stuff. I mean, look, all the apparatus is in place in Florida. All they need to do, you know, the only thing that's protecting Florida and stuff, man, is their government. That's it. The only thing that's protecting Florida is their government. But, man, I mean, everybody, you know, everybody done left California and stuff, right? They all in Texas and, you know, truth be told and stuff, they say Florida gonna be the next California. Florida gonna be the next California stuff. I mean, they got all the people and stuff that's there, so and with everything that they instituted and stuff, I mean, they got all the apparatus there to make Florida like California, And like I said, the only thing that's protecting is the government and stuff. So, they get, they ever decided, you got enough people there from California. They get tired of DeSantis stuff. They're gonna send DeSantis packing. They gonna send him packing and stuff, man. Put somebody else, put. And next thing you know, now you got a same stuff you see over there in California and stuff. Same thing you see over there in Florida. I mean, them same little jacked up policies and stuff like that. Like, damn, come on, man. What's going on with this enforcement? Yeah, because they've been looking at y'all long enough and stuff like that. They understand the game. Some stuff, you post up. Some stuff you don't. It's just that simple. People gonna ask questions. And that's all I'm saying, All right, so I got almost an hour in and stuff like that. Go ahead and throw this phone and stuff on the charger. So, y'all have yourself a very good evening. Contact information stuff is up here on my page. Tonight, I'm making the exception and stuff, right? I'm making the exception till 10 o'clock and stuff tonight. So, if anybody needs to call me, and stuff, the phone lines are open. The phone lines are open, so you ain't got to text. Just go ahead and call. And I'll go ahead and answer stuff till 10 o'clock tonight. After 10, I'm going back to the same schedule and stuff as before. You got to text me first and stuff, then, you got to text me. I'll text you back. So, go and throw this thing on the charger. Y'all have a good evening. This man right here, the one and only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. Telling you as always, continue your own research, fact finding studies. Learn some of your skills every day. Until next time we talk, next time we meet. Be safe, be easy. Peace out.